All right, we're back. Ready to attack. Hmm. There are a lot more options in here. Like there's just something I'm not getting about the pair curves. There. Seem like impossible to do correctly, but it doesn't matter. So let's focus on the actual pieces now. We'll do the layout. Got our little rock here. And I guess we'll just hit it a few times, add in a multi-resolution, subdivide, subdivide, and let's just add some detail. Do we mirror? I think for now we will. Get it kind of like pointy. Let's look up some reference for stalactites. Stalagmites. So they're pretty darn bumpy. Kind of bubbly looking. That's what we're going to go for. Bubbly and bumpy. Switch to a matte cap. Huh. Looks a little sus, but we're going to have to deal with that. Too crazy with it, but it's already looking pretty dope. Good with subdivide a few more times. Going for these little crunchy details. You get some nicer brushes, or make some. Actually, yeah, let me pop open Photoshop really quick. I could use normal Photoshop. I think I have like a brush making file. Just gonna go ahead. I'm just trying to mimic like a noise texture. Something crunchy. It's a little phallic, which I'm sure I have to deal with, but there we go. That looks better. That looks more rock-like. All right, I'm gonna hide that. Run the caves again. Now we have actual, well, more realistic looking stalactites up here. Ah, the rotation happens afterwards. Interesting. Hello, Dash. Welcome. This is not what I'd want. I would love to have them already pointed down. Ah, but that's fine. I can just... Hello, Mr. Potato. And Dash. Welcome you both. How you doing? We're working on a little stalactite generator. Oh, interesting. The rotation. I need a flip Z here. Flip Z value. Interesting. I'll just look at him like this for a moment. Yeah, just wondering why my MIDI controller that I'm making is not working. Gotta shoot it. It's the only way. Shoot the controller. Do some basic materials at the moment. Hello, Snartup. Just feel the need to say, sorry for shouting random shit all the time. I'll try to contain myself, but Blender is such a wild party. It really is. I have no concerns. So definitely feel free to share. I'll probably do the rock generator you were talking about in a moment. Oh. Excuse me. Do I want to use this for a rock? No. I want to make a new rock. Interesting. So I guess in the new Blender, when you delete things, they automatically get orphaned or something. Because I should be able to name this rock Round Rock. That it. And let's do multi-res, subdivide, subdivide, subdivide. And just looking at our rocks here in our cave reference. I really love these. It's kind of cascading ones. Those look super cool. Oh, perfect. That's a great reference. All right, so we'll make little nubby ones. Again, showed vibes. I'm sorry, I'm a child. Oh, I covered up chat. Sorry. Looks like tentacles to me. It's it's got that vibe. You know, we'll just slap on some noise. Now it looks less it's gross. All right, we'll do something like that. There's one. And we'll set it to 5. Copy this to selected. And look at the cave. Interesting. This is still, oh, if it's in a geo node, it will hold on to the object reference when that object is deleted. Or did I don't think I used an icosphere for this. I have one generator here, one generator here. Where are these rocks coming from? Are there two systems on here? No. Weird. Oh, no, I just replaced these ones. Gotcha. Pointy rock. And we'll go down to this one. Wow, okay, that actually looks pretty good. I like the way they're blending in. Feels very organic. Cool. So the ones I made here are definitely stalagmites. So we'll rename that stalagmite for one. And this will be stalagmite 02, because they're kind of like the smaller ones. Welcome back, Mr. Potato. Hello. We're working on our little cave generator some more. I think I'll want to encapsulate these again, but not right now. And let's focus on just making these first. I would also like some fungus, because I'm a funky guy. We'll go here, cube, 0.1. And it's a fantasy cave, so yeah. You need fungus if you're in a fantasy cave. I think that's a law. Pretty sure that's a law. And this is why I love multi-res. You're just like, man, I know the general shape of it. Perfect. Now I can sculpt it. And now I can sculpt it. That's all you need. Let's shade it smooth. Subdivide it a few more times. Get little bumpies or something. Smoother. But it's cool because now I know I have LODs for every level of this. I mean, how cool is that? It's genuinely cool. Just so you know, it's really cool. I feel like I can work so fast. Look up fungus reference. Mushroom reference. I'm doing reach topology for the first time right now. I've heard that I should try not to make triangles. Is that true? It's pretty unavoidable to have some triangles in a read topology. Ideally, you'd have like a perfect quad mesh. Your main concerns with making triangles are how that triangle is going to move, So if it's very like um, you just don't want them to be long and thin. You want them to kind of be roughly squarish in the sense like if you had a square, that kind of shape, the perfect right triangle. So you want it to generally be a right triangle, just as you want squares that are square. But generally, that's kind of one of those things where people have should triangles be on a mesh? It goes people go back and forth on it a lot. Like there's kind of a debate in the 3D community. I would say that you're fine. You're totally fine without having like with having some triangles. Just you just want to know that it's going to change the surface normals, and it's going to change how it deforms, how it actually like moves and squishes. The MIDI controller is working. Just enter wrong GPO pin numbers. Okay, well good. You're gonna be playing some music. Crunchy cave mushroom. Now that's a crunchy mushroom. But hopefully that answers your question. Um, you'll be fine with having a few triangles. That's definitely not going to be a problem. I don't think there's ever such thing as like a perfect mesh. There's just pros and cons to solving the kinds of shapes you want. Like generally, I want this kind of shape or something like that. Sam the man, hello, key sign, welcome, and thank you, absolutely, Dash. I'm doing quite well. We're making some mushrooms right now, so we're making a cave system. Make some glowy mushrooms. It's funny, these last few months and weeks, I feel like I've been revisiting so many projects that I like tried to make years ago. And now I'm like really being able to like plunge straight into them compared to the past. Feels good. It's good. I'm growing. My power grows. Cool Blender theme. Thank you. Yeah, I just got this one. I just did the upgrade to 4.0, and it's been interesting. Definitely a bit of a learning curve there. Feeling out the new features and stuff. I'm very excited for the next version of Blender. That's Blender, I don't know, 4.2 or whatever, because we're going to get Eevee next, which should really speed up and improve the quality of Eevee rendering. So excited for that. Dinosaur, dinosaur. Okay, we got a mushroom. Let's go ahead and add that mushroom to our cave. Actually, let me name it first. Mushroom. And then we'll go back to our little cave. And I think we need to encapsulate these geonodes now. No, I don't know. I think these are fine. Yeah, we'll just have one for each group. So this one, these ones are the stalagmites, large, pointy. Have 3 frames selected, like this. And node. stalagmites. And these ones are the stalagmite, or stalagmites. Still stuck at Blender 3.6. How are generators made? So I've kind of made it over the last few days. So my full process you will be able to review. But GeoNodes is the fundamental like system. And there's a lot to it, a lot to learn, but it is very satisfying. I definitely think that it's the future of Blender, and it will make you'll be able to make so many different things, and it's really cool. But it does definitely take some time to learn. But I'll be selling this. I'm going to sell this generator for about $5. So if you want to see how I put this together and make your own caves and stuff, I will be making this available. So you're going to create any fish or lake creatures? I mean, the next few logical steps would be water, and I am thinking of making some water. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be pretty cool to make some water. I don't know. Points on vertex group. What am I trying to say? I don't know. How deep I want to make this, but it seems fun. That seems like, yeah, I would like to do that. The instinct to do it's very strong. Should I do it is a totally different question. Like, I want to. Should I? Given it a group. Huh. I thought I would be able to. Named attribute. Okay, I have to use a named attribute now. Beerbeat sounds good. My PC can't even run Blender 4.0 or never. So I'm stuck for good at 3.6. It should be. I'm not seeing any performance difference. PC is a 10-year-old CPU, so I kind of escaped that. Well, hopefully you're able to use it soon. Okay, I do have to change this. I don't. Or no, I could just copy it. Copy, paste. There we go. All right, there's my mushrooms. Yes, grow mushrooms, grow. We'll give them some scale variation. So satisfying. Hello, bro. Welcome. I love my mushrooms. Love my mushrooms. And on this guy, we'll add a mushroom material. So we're probably all going to combine them into a single texture in the end. But for now, we'll just give them green color while we preview everything. And let's up the amount, the level of detail, because I want to see what it's going to look like towards the end. Cool. Let's add a point light in the middle. Turn it up a bunch. Yes, yes. It looks so good. I'll make it pretty bright. Expected. Oh. Take these. Indent it. Then extrude it down. We'll have a little tunnel. I don't think I want my mushrooms going down there. Or my rocks. Cool. Feels so powerful. So powerful. Cool. What are our stats at? Probably pretty high with the LOD. Well, it's not that bad. It's actually a lot less than I thought. And on the nth day, Sam created the earth. Oh. All right, for my little mushies, I think I will align them to the normal. I have to give it the geometry. Like that, just so they curve with it a little bit. Even just a tiny amount helps. Cool. How satisfying is that? Oh. Okay, let's make a few other assets. I'm going to put the point light in there. A few other assets. We're going to take this guy, rotate him, and we're going to make our first stalactite. So in here, let me look at my reference. I definitely want to make the base of this one flatter and wider. Like this. And they're definitely smoother and pointier on the stalactite side of things. Smoother, pointier, and they tend to have these channels kind of running down here, which makes sense because water, I mean, they're all formed by water dripping. I guess we would expect to see kind of like grooves and stuff like that. A little bit. We may need to adjust the wireframe is getting spread out. So let's check that really quick. It's not too bad, but let's use our slide relax tool and just smooth it. Make sure we're giving a slightly more even density. then let's taper these edges even more. Even want them to be very sharp on the edges. Pinch this. Just a tip. Okay. Some more stalactites. Let's go ahead and apply that. Oops. Apply that shape. Cool. Back to our cave. And we can go ahead and replace these ones with our stalactites. Yeah, and that already looks way more cave-like, I would say. I need to get the rotation correct, which means removing this node. Like that. Like this. Well, I guess remove the rotation. And then positioning's pretty good. Change that density a little. On the one of the days, I drew a dragon's head and it turned into a horse's head. I mean, they're kind of similar. Love having your streams on the side while I work on things in Blender stuff. Well, good. Well, good. Hello, Austin. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I forgot to turn on music. Let me go ahead and do that, y'all. Please feel free to remind me if you guys don't hear any music, because I need to do that. It's a little bit nicer to listen to. So light sounds. Go back into weight paint. And I'm going to go to our rock placement. I'm going to get rid of it in the middle here. Just want them more on the sides. Do you invest in AI stock? I don't have enough money to do investment regularly. I wish, but no. And if I was going to put my money in anything, it'd probably be NVIDIA. Because I think the companies that aren't making the AI will do better than the companies, or the companies that provide the things that all the AI companies need are probably going to kick butt. Fallout. This is getting rid of things based on Fallout. Oh, excuse me. Feel excited to draw something, but it turns into another shape. Don't be afraid to use reference. Reference is where it's at. A lot of times artists have this instinct to just try to pull things only out of their head, but it's important to look at things, important to have that comparison on and help it guide you to the direction you want to go. Now here's the question: do I make water? Do I make water? I'm tempted. No, we'll do that in a second. For now, I'd like to make one other. I'm gonna make a cube. Make it kind of big. It's gonna be like the sides. The sides. Yeah, I want not the full stalagmites, but this kind of rock wall here. This kind of gently sloping wall with all the bumpies. I think that's good. Do I have any Blender courses? Not yet. I have some tutorials online, but no courses. I've been a little lazy about that, to be honest. Or I should say, I'm focused a little bit more on making products right now. I'll probably make a video going over what I did here, though, for this guy. We're kind of getting there, but... let's actually do what I wanted to do earlier, which was, let's make a brush texture for a really quick painting. Or can I use if I make a brush in here, can I just use the standard textures? No. Oh, this self-draw rock. I think so. Yeah. I say, I've used some of your Blender tests. Well, good. If you ever do courses, I definitely want to sign up first. Want to sign up first. Well, thank you, Austin. I do appreciate that affirmation because a lot of times I'm like juggling, like, it's just hard for me to know. So I appreciate you saying that. All right, well, that sure looks rocky. I'm going to turn off the symmetry this time to make this one a little different, so it's not so uniform. Get a little bit more variation out of it. Yeah, I kind of feel like I really love making stuff, but sometimes I just don't really know, like, what's the best route for me to take. It's like, I don't think I'll ever have like a good answer to that, because I'm always torn between like what I think might be profitable, and like what I want to do. What I'll actually end up doing is often very different from what I think would be like, oh, this is gonna be the most. Anyway, I have to joke with that. My attention span's challenging. Okay, I'm just trying to break up some of these forms so it doesn't look so uniform. So samey. And the top should be much smoother because that's going to get the most water. We'll also get some nice little like streaks and stuff. Switch to another Mac. Yeah, much easier to see. Rocks! Rocks! Let's make the base a little bit flat. Hello, Pablo. Welcome. We're making some rocks right now. Hello. Hello. I think something like that's okay. Apply that base. All right, so these ones I'd like to put against the walls. So we'll go back to our cave. Call this wall or wall, or just I guess it's still a stalagmite. Stalagmite 03. And hello, Spades. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. We're still working on our little cave generator, but it's massively improved. Kind of got it working really well and cleaned up our GeoNode side of things. We're going to work on adding some large rocks to the sides right now. It's nice to see you again as well. Hello. Hope you're all having a good day. Wish I knew how to make anime characters from scratch. Hey, I tried 5 times. You know, if you're trying, you've already gotten so much closer to that than anyone else, than the majority of the population. I mean that quite sincerely. You know, a lot of the times, you know, being able to do something just takes time. Still not getting it. Trying to think of people I could recommend. There are some good tutorials I've come across of people making anime characters. Trying to remember who it was, because there was one that impressed me. If I find it, I'll share it, but might be in my Blender playlist. But I would just look up some tutorials. You know, a lot of the times, like, finding... I would really like to have some touch. I would just go through YouTube, because a lot of times there's like 2 things you're looking for when it comes to tutorials. First is the right information. And there is generally a lot of people making tutorials that are pretty similar. But you also want to find someone that gives you the information in a way that you follow through it. I'm so good at modeling IDKY, I can't make it. You get reference images and literally draw over them. That's what I would do. Which I would need help with, Pablo. Geometry, shading. What's the end goal? Game, animation, something else. I believe Roblox is the goal. It should work. Why isn't it working? We're instancing the large stalagmite. the air conditioner. The thing I would need to know is how to make the base mesh from scratch. Box modeling is your general way to do it. Variation, geometry for normals. I have the object instance. Should have some points here. Why does this not want to work? Or is it because the seed's exactly the same? No. Okay, I gotta change this. Target direction. Just gonna do that. Because I think I definitely prefer being able to choose a direction manually. Yeah. Turn that density. And we're gonna rotation variation just on the Z for now, and we'll turn off line rotation. Oh, this should be switching. Gotcha. Line rotation. And then kind of, yeah. I guess we will want to paint these. Distribute points in vertex group. To use our own vertex group. Is this the default block placement? And I'll set these back to 2. It's getting really slow, so selected. Much faster. Sam, do you know why when I'm trying to texture paint with my drawing tablet always draws black? I think it's a mask, but my mouse draws normal. What are you texture painting in? Is this in Blender? Thinking about that. And I don't know how to change it. That's interesting. I don't think that should happen. Is it acting like it's a completely different brush? Too much. I can also lessen the strength here, so it's not getting rid of them completely. Now we got that, and we'll do some variation that rotation in here and here, of course. And looks pretty good. A little bit more normal alignment. It's the same brush size and everything. It just draws black and has a grid pattern on the texture map. Hey, enjoy your day, Key-san. Thank you for stopping by. Bye, Key. Bye, Key. Well, that sounds like it's erasing. If it's got a grid pattern, it sounds like it's erasing through everything. Tried to reproduce some black issue with texture paint from YouTube, but no luck. Forgot the problem. When you paint to see a warning at the bottom of the screen. Go to texture paint. When I go to this mix here, there are these options here to erase alpha. And most likely that's getting enabled somehow. These erase alpha options. Does your brush have an eraser tip? Like if you flip it over, does it have an eraser tip? I would try that just to see if it behaves any differently. So bumpy. Bump. Let's use that for now. Color. Can't wait to start making dream homes and stuff. I've made some VR chat worlds and everything, but I'm gonna start working on a cool full version of my dream home. Exciting. Part of the reason I'm doing this kind of stuff is I'm hoping to make more like tools for people to make homes and caves and things like that. Any different kinds of environments. Hope at least. Tools would be so cool. Well, good. Yeah, I've been really enjoying D&D lately, so a lot of it's like built to play D&D with, like tile based essentially, and we'll probably switch that in a little bit. Try to get that made. Yeah, there's a very much of a middle ground between these. I play D&D, I 3D print my models, so hey, that's awesome. My hope is to start really bringing in people to VR, to start doing the VR D&D. So part of that is making this cave, part of that will be the tiles and stuff. So all the things I want to make and sell will be to pursue that goal. Tools would def be cool. I would totally buy some tools. That's right up the lane of what I want. Well, good. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to getting them out there. I think we got some good stuff going here. On black, your grid, is that the UV you're referencing to? Try to reproduce some black issues. Paint for YouTube. Yeah, let me know, Dash, if you're what's going on, because there is an erase alpha. That's usually what gives me like a grid. Is when there's alpha at the bottom. It's basically seen all the way to the floor, if you want to put it that way. The bottom of the stack. Density. Be nice to be able to like some sort of middle ground here. Let me do a value. Divide this value by 0.001. It's here, and then put this into the density. I have a little bit more control over the density. Just goes up a little bit slower. All right, that's pretty cool. Push down the scale a little bit. I need a merge by distance option in order to, yeah. We're gonna go into our distribute points. And add a merge by distance here. We're gonna push that out here. Bam. Merge by distance. And default will be 0. That way, I can get rid of ones that are too close together. Just notice that I only have this problem only one Blender project. Maybe I messed up the settings. There's a way to reset your interface in a Blender file. I believe you can go to, yeah, you can go to File, Open, and when you select a file, you can turn off Load UI. And if there is some UI setting that you changed, hopefully that would change it. So just close your file, open Blender, then use Blender to open your file and uncheck Load UI. And I think that would, if it is a UI bug or setting that was changed, that would probably fix it or help. Cool, so now we got this merge by distance option. I really like that. I'm gonna add this to this one as well. merge by distance, plug it into the points, say default 0, and this over here, merge by distance. Maybe I'll rename that to delete overlapping. Merge overlapping. Oh, I think that's looking pretty good. One mushroom. Oh no, those are just the assets. The original assets. Cool. I think we'll want maybe just a few variations of all these stalactites. 2 more. And then I think that's it. I don't want to make it much more complicated. I don't want to give myself too much more work, so we'll call it there. I could be done by tomorrow with this, then thank you. I'll try if I encounter a problem again. Try next time I encounter the problem again. Okay, gotcha. Oh, so it doesn't happen all the time. I also subbed. Thank you, Austin. Super appreciate that. I have my sound down, so I don't think I caught that. Thank you. Do some unwrapping here. That will work. So mark seam, unwrap, pin, and straighten. Right. I could also do one where it unfolds a little bit better instead of becoming this long strip. Should be a way to make it just unfold nicely. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. I'm going to go back and do the other ones the same way. That way there's only one edge running down the awesome. Now for the little mushy, the mushy mushroom. All right. For all of these, I want to put on the advanced that we keep boundaries, corners, junctions, or corners and junctions. Pretty sure we want that. So do commission type work? I do. My main type of commission that I do is actually VR chat avatars. So that's the majority of the work that I do for clients is creating avatars. And I love it. It's super fun. If you're familiar with VR chat, I think you are. I think we were just talking about it. Not 100. Can't quite remember, but we've got room for more objects here. Yeah, so why don't we just fill up this UV space with all my creatures, we'll fill up the UV space completely. That's how we'll determine how many objects we're gonna create for this. Because then we'll do one set of textures for the items, and then one tiling texture for the cave. I do VR chat avatars world too, nice, and some tattoo work, super cool. But I want to get like a drawing tablet so I can actually draw, pretty good at drawing, and coming up with some nice looking sleeves and tats. If you have an iPad, definitely would recommend looking at that as a great avenue for drawing. I really love drawing on a tablet. Sorry, when I say that, I specifically mean like an iPad, some sort of mobile tablet. All right, let's export these. Do I want to export them now? No, let's make a few more variations. I think I can make 2 more. I think in the new iPad that came out. Okay, heck yeah. The huge one. I mean, that is tempting if you're drawing. Not gonna lie, it's pretty tempting. Sorry to yawn. We just want one with slightly different shapes, some like mid stubby ones. Take these, duplicate them, move them over. Maybe we'll turn off the X mirror, get one that's kind of well, there's no reason to do that if we can control the scale elsewhere. So. Yeah, this one will be kind of bumpy. Yeah, one where it looks like water has been pouring down it. Hello, Ray. Welcome back. How's your day going? We're making some rocks. We're rocking out. Almost off work, nice. Getting there, getting there. So yeah, let me look at my reference image one more time. I closed it, didn't I? Or no, it's over. This one. Yeah. This one's a great reference, honestly. We'll do like a little towering one here, like that. Tempted to try and port my avatar into Resonite. Ooh, exciting. Sounds like a good time. It's not too bad. It's weird coming from VR chat to try to learn it, but once you give it a shot, it's fun. Would it keep all the blend shapes? As long as you're importing the same mesh, yes. Which I would assume you are, but just that is the only real qualification, is that it just has to be the same one. I saw, I think someone shared it in chat, but Thea, the YouTuber, did a cool little kind of I guess they're basically a VR journalist. She's a VR journalist at this point. And we did a cool little piece on Resonite, which was awesome to see. It's a little too uniform. I'm gonna turn off the scaling. Do a bit of this, bit of that. Never met her, but she found a group I'm in VR chat, the Virtual Reality Show. Yeah, she's the, I think the partner of Thrill. Hey, see you later, Dash. Good luck with that, that tablet problem, and we'll catch you later. Enjoy your day. Let's subdivide one more time because I want to get these nice little bumpies in here. They do hang out almost every day and play games and stuff, which I enjoy. Hello, Estrella, welcome. I have a problem. Found explanation, but I can't imagine this. I'm trying to fix neck shadow on my avatar. Because they are separated and I don't want to connect for performance reasons. Found a solution to transfer normals from vertex groups for neck. How can I do this correctly? Can you show me this? Because I see it's really fast. You can definitely transfer normal maps between normal data. It won't be, you can't like do it just from a vertex group alone. You would still need to have the mesh itself. Use the data transfer modifier or manually set them a copy for it. So yeah, so if I have my, let's make a cube here. And we're gonna subdivide the heck out of it. And we'll put it over here. And we'll add, it got moved around. Edit, data transfer. We're gonna transfer the normals from, well, you can transfer a lot of things, but we're gonna do the face corner data, custom normals. And you can see I'm capturing those normals onto my my sphere here from the this big object. So as long as things centered properly, but yeah, the main thing is the data transfer modifier. You can use a vertex group to mask it. So if I make vertex group and we paint it here or something, if I can paint it, there we go. All right, there we go. So we got our vertex group, and if I add that in, maybe let's here set this to 3, duplicate it, and apply the first one so I can have more control over my painting here. You can see that it's blending out and stuff. I don't want to copy it for the whole body because I have hand-turned normals. Adding currents is just part of it. So the vertex group is how you would do that, because you can use it as a mask, right? So you just create a custom group. You call it data mask, and that's, oh, I have to beat it. Data mask. But that's what you're going to do. And then once you're done, you can apply it. I guess you could leave it on and just export it, but if you don't really want to apply it, but I would apply it. That's generally how it works. Get some water. I'll be back. The only other thing you'll want to keep in mind is I think you have to have your scale the same. No, I guess not. Never mind. Yeah, I think that should be what you need. Definitely feel free to come by again if it's working. But yeah, it's not too bad. Data transfer is really awesome. I'm now confused with what I thought normals were now. Normals are the perceived direction of a surface. So you can have a flat surface, and if a ray of light hits it, it's going to bounce off a certain direction. But you can tell that face, that surface, you're normal, even though it's flat this way. We're going to pretend that you're flat this other way. Even though it's physically like this, mathematically it's turned. And that's how you can edit the normals. So you can kind of imply, as long as you have enough geometry, like, that's why I had to subdivide the cube. But basically each face is telling, can tell the engine, I'm actually facing this way, or I'm pretending to face this way. And so when you calculate light bouncing off me, pretend I face this way. Yeah, normals are confusing, but it really is just like the what way are you facing? It's like what it all really boils down to. That's the easy part, Sam. Tell me how to normal normally in different types of normal space. No, because I don't know what that means. I'm scared. I'm afraid. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out the difference between rotating things. Quite a while to figure out what rotating there's a difference between rotating vectors and aligning them, because anyway, I can go on. It gets me. Still fighting with my pool because I don't have, how you said it last time, favorite wall to copy normals from it. So I could show you that there. So we'll use a cylinder because you've got a curved surface like this. So you've got your, actually we'll use a really low poly cylinder. It's just 6. It's have like 6. We'll say 8. But because you've got stuff that's triangulated, your normals are a little wonky. Sam, it would be faster just send you my Blender file and show me. That's just my only on this one wall. But I don't want to take time. No, go right ahead. If we're friends on Discord, go ahead and send it to me. This is a good time for it because I'll be trying to do a little bit of a late day today to get some. I'd like to finish this today if I can. We'll see how far we get with it, but that would be awesome. I don't think texturing these things are going to take too long. Got another little bumpy. Set it back down to 2. Okay, actually that's pretty much all we needed. Let's make sure we hit the shape Y. Oh, I didn't edit this one. Just this one's been done. In fact, let's do a quick little test material. All its UVs. Add in new texture. UVs. Oh, darn, I messed that up. Oop. Oh, you can... No, you can't change it. New UVs 2 and give it the color grid. Okay, our density's pretty good. Can't send files on Blender channel. Can I send directly? Yes, yes, go right ahead. This one's gonna be another Delio. Make this one a little wobblier, a little more hive-ish looking. Just trying to describe this because I'm looking at some of these over here. So we'll kind of inflate it. Good start, actually. And I want to bring up the bottom. And we'll smooth the heck out of it. Back down to similar. All right, DM. And we'll go to 2024 collaboration. Spelled that wrong. Download. All right, so for your normals here. These look pretty good. But I see, probably this like right here, this edge. So if you wanted this to match perfectly, let me close Discord. Just make sure there's no random stuff in here. So the trick is, you could like when you're small, you're always gonna get normals like this. So maybe hopefully it shows up on the stream, but you can see this, and that's because your face is getting triangulated right here. this. It has to decide which one it's going to cut. So we go in, you can see the face right here is getting cut because everything gets turned into a triangle at the end of the day. So if you want to fix this, you actually would want to triangulate everything. And you know what I would do actually? I would triangulate it and then I'd make a copy. Actually, let's do just the pool. Just the pool as an example. Separate it and isolate it. We're gonna have a duplicate in here. And we'll call one of them subdiv. Manually make the trials to see if the result is to your liking. Exactly, yeah. I think manually making the triangles is a good way to go. But I think we can slap on a subdivision. And things aren't going to look too weird. That. So the subdivided version. And just kind of like we were showing earlier, who was asking about the... I think it was... you were the one asking about the data transfer. This is probably a good use case for it as well. Because on the original version, the triangulated version, we do have to triangulate. Have to. Because if we want perfect control of our triangles, how they're going to normalize, we need to control them. And then we'll just add again a data transfer and target our subdiv version. Hope this should work. About to find out. Hide the subdiv. And yeah. You're still going to get these edges here. Oh no, it looks the same. Oh no, I didn't actually turn on the normal transfer. It's still there. Okay. So then the data transfer was a thought that's not going to work. We'll go back to here. I'm going to apply my triangulate. Now we have the mesh triangulated. So ignore the subdiv data transfer. If you want them to line up perfectly, I would select all the ones that are facing the same direction. Let's say select similar by normal. All the ones that are facing up. Probably deselecting anything that doesn't work. Before I do that, we'll actually copy the mesh normal, so I can go ahead and copy this vector, then do my selection again, and then paste that normal for the vector. I say normal, but it's vector. And now all the top ones are perfectly facing that way. The tough part is these ones in the corners. I don't think they may be a little bit more difficult, but I would probably just do the same thing. Copy your vector. Select all the ones that are facing the same direction, because it's very uniform in some ways. And then paste that vector. That does not look better. All right, well, that was my first time. Well, you can at least fix it for the very top. I don't know, with it being so low poly, there's just not, there's not too much you can do. I guess you could just select all. Let's select it all again. Mesh normals. We're gonna reset the normals. Mesh normals, recalculate. That should reset everything. Reset vectors. There we go. So everything's back to the original. You could use mesh normals smooth. You can repeat that a few times. But yeah, it's just there's just not enough detail here. It gets a little nuts there. Set it one more time. The only solution really is just to subdivide. Subdivide. That doesn't look. Oh, it's because it's triangulated. So here's the non-triangulated version. Subdivide. That's the only way you're really gonna get the normals to be super smooth. And if you look at the stats, it's still only 10K with the whole thing subdivided. I don't know what you're targeting. Oh. Anyway, that was kind of a ramble. I was hoping it'd be a quick fix because I have edited normals before, but with it being this low poly, I don't know how much you're going to be able to get out of that being this small or this little resolution. Alternatively, you could go in and just bevel the edges that are really problematic. It looks like everything's already connected. That's gonna be tough. Anyway, I scrolled up on the chat, so all the powers combined, ominous new music. Oh, I'm noting everything. Yeah, and now it's looking flat with top part. Might be able to slide slightly more polys by simply extending the band through that corner. I think definitely beveling your edges a little bit more might help. Even just like one cut on the top would help a little bit to give it a little bit more smooth. But yeah, it looks to me like it is just kind of a... This is as smooth as something this low poly can probably look, to my knowledge. Sorry, I was not as helpful as I was hoping to be. And we'll do this one. It's going to be like a hive one. A natural hive, just what it looks like. Okay, then I think I'll leave it like this because people are happy and they love how it looks now. It does look great. It does look great. Yeah, I think you definitely have already achieved something that is production ready, is what I would say. Sale ready? If you're looking to sell it. Just a person with all the time digging pit. I mean, I get it. I get it. I feel that as well. You know, you just have a love for seeing how good you can make it. It's not a bad thing to have. Let's just give it a little bit more detail by using our crunchy cloud brush. I have one more problem. Understanding how working normals and custom normals, what is the difference between this? Sometimes when I was trying to bake a normal map, I got custom normals on it. I needed to remove the custom, bake, and click revert to get it again. Just my brain burning when I think about it. But on bake, I will get normals mixed with custom. So how a lot of baking samples your mesh is it's going to use whatever normals your mesh currently has. So like you can edit your mesh to have custom normals, but the texture that you bake from that requires the custom normals. It was baked with those normals in mind. So basically you changed like those are the settings that it has now. The bake is made using those custom normals in mind. At least it should be. Might need to also look at your modifier stack as well. So you can, for example, check a box that will say keep normals on subdiv, on triangulate, whatever you might use in render view. A little bit more clear, a little bit, but still head is painful. It's from weather, not thinking, just making it more bad. Just make the final results with the normals you make. If so, don't. Once you change the normals, everything should be using those normals that you've made, your custom normals. Well, you got it. You got it. You'll do fine. For anyone having a breakdown over normals, I have a dysfunctional normal Suzanne you can hug for free. Would you normally charge for that hug? You can slap, but only once. All right, there are our meshes. So let's go ahead and organize these a little bit better. Just move them around. Now we'll do a big line. Put my mushroom at the very front. We're going to take these, Substance Painter v2, Cave Generator, Substance Painter. These will be our cave props. Yeah, cave. Scatter? I don't know. Cave. They're not props. For sure, in these times, hugs, peace, and happiness are a rare commodity. Take a hug and next jump from window to see how normal is working when I be at the bottom. 1 meter from window to street. No, don't worry. All right, send those out. And then for our multi-res, we'll go ahead and copy to selected. This will be our high poly. Right there. Port save. And then what's the best way for me to get these assets out? Distance of 1, you say? That's UV space. You're starting to understand the different spaces. It's normalized. Love UVs is the best part for me to do. Guess we could just see how it bakes first. And they might be close enough. They probably are, being so smooth.
For years, Sam had made a...
I wanted to make UVs forever. And any company is a place for someone who's making only one part in a whole month. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's the usual. It's very rare, except in the indie community, for one person to be doing everything. You go to a big company and there's people who just do one thing only. I think compared to other industries, there's a lot of more overlap. But definitely in game design. All right, cool stuff. I don't see any baking errors for the most part. How are people doing stacks in Adobe? Adobe? First to make UV... Oh, Substance Painter here? I was thinking of Photoshop. Make first UV what is not overlapping, then paint it and make UV stack. So right here, yes, so I have all my objects sharing this same UV map. So this will be like my set of items that use this one material. So these are all going to share the same material, which I will call rock cave essence. So one. And then do this one base. And then we'll look at my reference images. I mean, they look pretty straightforward for the most part. So a lot of grunge maps. What I've been thinking a lot about, what I've been thinking about a lot is how I can use texturing to create 3D models and actually work the other way around. Because it's like a lot of times I'll spend like sculpting, like what I just did right now, sculpting things, getting things like working properly. But the reality is you could totally go the other way where you use a texture. You start with a primitive shape, you apply a texture to it, displace it, and then bake the displaced version, and now you have a 3D model. I was like, oh, that would be pretty straightforward. Hmm. Interesting. This one came out a little rough. Yeah, it might just, I don't know. Feels like they're stretching right here. Look at my Blender version. That looks pretty good. I guess there's more space right here. Like this is pretty even, and then it does stretch here. Maybe. It's funny. Doing that the wrong way. This way. I can't really do that though. So we'll have to just live with that. Okay. We're just gonna live with that one. Then we'll slap on it. Well, first let's change the color here. Something, those should be kind of warm tones. That. Also, someone asked me about anime geometry since you're talking about 2D. Something I like in 2D, use curves for your profile shot, front view, then import in Blender and connect those fit. Only needs a cut or two vertically then. Oh, for making the model? That was Pablo. Yeah, he's looking for a tutorial. Bumpy. And we'll do triplanar and tile it 4 times. Get some of that extra detail in there. Extra crunch. And I think we'll also use a curvature generator to subtract. Interesting. Not quite what I expected there. I'm going to just mask it out, maybe ambient occlusion instead. I think I make it a little more crunchy. A little crunchier. Oh, so what you're seeing here with the boxes to this is a multi-res modifier here in Blender. So I just make a simple box and then I sculpt it. And that way I can unwrap it super simply and then still create the high poly version. And this lets me get like a bunch of, if you're familiar with level of details. So like a lot of times they swap out. The further away you are from a model, the simpler it uses a simpler version until you're up close. So in this way I can create LODs, but with the multi-res modifier, you just have these different levels of subdivision that retain your sculpting of them. So yeah, not too bad at all. I really like working this way because it just is simple. I don't have to think very hard about it. I actually am going to up the resolution one level for my low poly and rebake everything. I'd rather have it hug the model a little bit better. For the large guy, we'll up it one more. Try. Save, bake. I need to check it because it's interesting. I want to make World for VRC in future. I started already, but I need to gain more experience to level up and to start to do this. A lot of XP I see. There's a lot to learn, that's for sure. It never ends. The learning never stops. Oh, this one got messed up. I see. Big guy needs to be squished a little. Or we'll go the other way. No. Yeah. We'll do both. For environments, things like trim sheets are usually what you want to do, and that's probably what I'll be working on my modular cottages that I'll be making. I think for worlds, you really want to think like Legos. Legos are key. Like, you don't want to make everything from scratch. You want to give yourself like a little palette and work from that and build things with like a set of things. You know, build your Legos and then do the and then make the world. Great for UV enthusiasts. That's true. That is very true. Most problematic for worlds are trees, because I want to make a world with lots of trees, but they're eating performance, and I'm thinking how to make it. LODs. LODs are your are the main way. You want to look at level of detail systems and something called imposters. So like basically at a certain distance, your trees should just be a sprite, just a plane. And then you can have it so that the plane, depending on the angle you're looking at it, will have a different sprite. So that way it looks 3D. Yeah, it's all trickery. 3D games are all made up. Very, very made up. Problem with the two, but they are rotating with the camera on PC, but on VR working perfectly. I mean, as long as it works on one level. If you're making a world, you can also change how certain things work based on, because you can tell who's who. So you could have an Udon script that changes the asset depending on what platform people are on. Anyway, I could go on, but that's, yeah, that would. I like thinking about it. I like thinking about it. You can do them without sprites, depending on how you do it. Bake normals on them. Make tree models with LOD. How then make moving the wind? Shaders. Generally, people use shaders to make things flat. So it's just like a noise, like a Perlin noise, or any types of noise, really. Really bad at coding, but I know in some tooling you need to make shaders. I used to hear about it, but IDK how it works. It's like if you've ever made shaders in Blender, it's very similar to that. Boom, boom.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
We'll use a different. Yeah, I don't like coding either. If I would recommend, if you're going to make a shader, to use ChatGPT. That'll help a lot. Not Bob Ross. He can't make a small happy tree. Not yet. Not yet. I made a script where you generate a dog and you got a blocky dog with cubes and twos, but you got 4 legs, head, and ears. That's awesome. All right, that's looking pretty good, I would say. Let's make a paintable layer. On crust. We'll make it very dark. We're gonna just paint this in a few spots. I kind of like having the tops be really smooth. This is why I like Substance Painter. Why I just love procedural workflows, actually. We're gonna do something like that. I'll drop a filter on it for a blur slope. Let's go back in and start painting out a little bit more. Nice and crunchy. Let's actually swap this for a grunge. Something crunchy. By the way, about GPT, the most interesting thing if you're using Facebook, to waste time, you see the strange posts right there. Write me your version of, write me your Python code, and you know now it's not human. They're about death and it's true. I don't disagree with that. It's going to be a very interesting time of trying to. I don't even know if we need to combat that, but yeah. Oh, I didn't want to stencil like that. I don't think that's what work. Ooh, square. Yeah, do something crunchy. Check down that. Let's see. Yeah, I've been seeing all these like really fucking weird boomer memes where it's just like literal gibberish. It's like, oh no, that's not good. Okay, this looks a little goofy, but now that we have it, we can drop another one in here called pressed dump. Who would have thought we had to fight Terminator in the virtual world on its home turf? I see I'm not in that mode. Just some nice mud. Nice looking mud. Definitely just want to grime up some of this. Doesn't look quite as uniform. Awesome. Sam, are you using sometimes anchors? IDK what they're doing yet, but I saw people doing interesting things with it. Anchors are just, if you have your stack of layers like in Photoshop, you can inject an anchor and take everything below that and just go, okay, I want a copy of everything below this point, and then you can bring that to anywhere else in your project, anywhere above that point. It's nice. I like it a lot. Because a lot of times you're like building up these filters, and it's like, so if you have like a button and you want to use the button to create a shadow, you also want to inject a texture into the top of the button to get the edge. But in order to do like the multiple effects you want on the button, you'll need to use an anchor in order to kind of use like the key shape, the most important shape, and pull that out to use it in other spots. What if I want to copy only half of things, not whole layer? You would still copy the whole layer, but then you could bring it into another folder, another mask or something, and then use another layer on top of that individual mask to only take that section. So like if I had something that affects everything, but I only want it to be on the mushroom, then I can make a mask just on that one. Yeah, then you're just kind of at the more of the standard workflow at that point. Not going to be a red mushroom. We'll do like a blue teal, a teal mushroom. And we'll use what is gills? Why mushroom must be red? And we'll push this down to here. Add an anisotropic. I usually do a very bright color to make sure I know I selected the thing I wanted to select. Zooming in substance is really nice. There we go. Perfect. And then we can push these in. Take out the roughness. We might as well add the ambient occlusion in too. Change my camera settings for substance, but all programs have different camera movement. And when you go to Blender for Unity, you start pressing Shift to move camera. That was a work one program. I hate it so much. You get used to it after a while, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It is kind of odd just hopping back and forth between so many different programs all the time. I do wish there was just... I'm always very grateful when I go to a program that doesn't make its own random stuff, like just not trying to do its own custom hotkeys or whatever. Like I was using Embergen recently, and it's pretty similar to like the Unity control scheme, and I was like, thank goodness. Don't want to have to learn a new set of bullshit for this. To multiply. That way we can get the gills back very subtle. That looks kind of cool. In Unity, I mostly use right button and a WSDAC. A WSDAC. Never understood why most Photoshop clones do exactly that. Change not much compared to the core Photoshop, except all the hotkeys for some reason. I know, it's like, you think the feature, are the hotkeys copyrighted? I don't think so. I am, you know, people were very, in the Blender community, people are all set on using like the right click. I never once got used to that. I never ever got used to right clicking. I just wanted the crust. Should be able to paint on this. Oh, the opacity super low. Crunchy mushroom. Something was in place, but now it's gone. Where is it? Ah. Crunchy cap. Crunchy cap. Cool. Shame to admit it, I don't even know what control scheme I'm on. How can I check? I always import my old settings. For me on the latest Photoshop, nothing changed from the old version. I think that looks really good. Let's do like some white for this gill part, and then maybe like a purple under here. Skill working. A little bit different. But they give option to active old control options, but after time they check it automatically because everyone's angry. It's not working. I'm not expecting it. Photoshop has always been really bad about communicating any changes they make. Snardom just hates Photoshop in general as a knee-jerk reaction, which I can't blame him for. I can't blame him for. I was so upset with working with some of their programs recently. I can't remember what it was, but something was really bugging me. Much? I don't know. I kind of like it. Maybe just not quite as saturated. A little purpley. Gill color also make a difference. So there's just some slight variation on this object. Looks cool though. Very Skyrim. It's all very Skyrim. Not as much looks poisonous as hell, just not do not touch. They told about changes, it's something new to me. Alright, let's export these textures. We'll put them right into the folder from earlier, exports. And I'm just gonna go with my usual. Yeah. I'm on team left click and my spacebar is my toolbar. I'll probably be doing it wrong, but that's how I And then I just figured out where I find it in the settings. A new one. Save assets. Shading. Control T. Bring all this in. Don't need the AO for Blender. It's not transmissive. There's no emission. Hello, Faz Jazz. Welcome back. Oh, those look dope. Nice. I should give it a little bit of metallic properties on some of these, just to create some variation. This side is way too crunchy, or too much dirt on it. Looks like poo-poo. Here are some legends about everyone got his own random scheme and nobody knew about it. Mushies look good. I think the rocks themselves could be a little darker. The smooth is very strong. Let's give it some contrast. Change that balance a little bit, and we'll push it down to right about there. And then maybe with a little bit of color variation of its own, so we'll call this curve. Actually, where I have made one of those. I don't know where it went. No generator. We'll do. Can I use the normal? We got the world space normal. What about the normal? Can I just do that with a fill? If I go to a fill, and I get the normal from Arcade Sets. What does that do? I don't think that's going to work how I want it to. Let's do generator again. World space normals. Change that. Yeah, change that balance a little bit. There. And do a filter. Crunch it up a little. Maybe favorite blur slope. Crunchiness. Bye, Snardum. Bye, Sam. Have a nice day. Same to you, Astrea. Thank you for hanging out. Time for me to sign off. Everyone's heading out. Snardum, we'll catch you later as well. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening, day, and I'll be back tomorrow for a whole bunch more. We're going to wrap these up and move on to some other projects. But see you then. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Do another fill. And in the fill, we add a noise. And in the noise, we'll do this one. And we'll set it to triplanar subtract. And then we'll just set this to overlay. do something like that to just get some very solid color variation. Love it. And then on our crest, this also needs something very similar. Black and white spot action. That's way too much. Need another grunge brush. Okay. Better. We just can't have a solid chunk of it. That's what makes it look weird. It's when it's just like a full splat of it. Gotta get in there and crevices all crunched up. Alright, save that. Export the textures. Save. Go back to here. We'll go ahead and open cave animation. Close that. And open cave generator again. Oh yeah, looks really good. Oh heck yeah. Nice. Oops. Little mushies are good. And just as an experiment, let's kind of, I'm gonna probably use Substance Designer to make the cave wall material. But I'd like to just kind of play around with it color-wise to find something that looks good before we do something else. Match the color a little bit better. What? Why'd it go away? What the heck? Alright, yeah. Cool. It would be nice if I just got the origins of these objects positioned a bit better. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So these ones I did offset. Oh, excuse me. I think we want kind of the center of them to be, make a backup copy, which we'll call whip 01 painting version, because that's the copy with the ones we're painting in there. Yeah, and we want the base of each of these to be like right in the kind of round bit. There we go. All right. Super cool. And that's what amazes me. 12,000? Then that must just be taking into account my. Just taking into account my. Actually, I can test by going to GeoNodes and saying at the very end, mesh realize. Yeah, that's 1 million right now, which makes sense because we've got just tons and tons of instances right now, way more than we'd actually use. As well, these are probably not at the low poly settings I would use in game. Probably set these to 2, which brings this whole thing down to less, almost 500,000. Cool. It's quite satisfying, to be honest. Way too many rocks right now. Actually, I could just control drag. No. 7-0. What's getting placed here? Those are my rocks, right? 0, 1. There we go. Strength is 1. This wasn't working at first. I mean, that looks cool. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. All right, things are coming together. Come together. And we can actually go ahead and let's these now. Turn down the strength a little. Should be getting something. Weird. Oh, duh. I'm not weight painting it. I'm not. There we go. I'd want to, hello Kaiser, welcome. We made some, little cave generator. It does got that vibe. It does got that vibe. Do a point instead. How you doing? What have you been up to? I need to make another group. Oh, we'll figure that out. I think this looks good though. Getting some good shots. Just seen some nice promotional shots. Add some volume, or add some volume metrics. Get it out there. And we'll do like maybe 3 or 4 different scenes. Boom, boom, boom. Make a 2-minute video showing it off, and then go from there and selling it. I think it is time for me to call it a day. I'll be working, but I need to get off stream for a little bit, do some other stuff, go chill, relax a little bit. Thank you all for hanging out. Hope everyone's having an amazing Tuesday. Pretty early on in the week still. We'll be doing a lot of projects this week. We're gonna wrap this up tomorrow, and then we're gonna move on to making some avatars to sell. Looking forward to that quite a bit. But thank you all. I hope everyone's having an amazing day, and we'll see you all tomorrow. If you haven't yet, definitely hit that follow, subscribe, because I will be back, as I'm saying, tomorrow. But bye, everyone. Kaiser, thank you for coming by. Definitely enjoy your day. Everyone else that is lurking, Faz Jazz, anyone else out there, enjoy your day. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.